The top stories: bronze for Barbados at the Commonwealth Games. UE students converge on ministry for grant forms. And the cruise industry is looking good. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, July the 29th, 2014.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
We begin tonight with the news that Barbados has won its first medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. 24-year-old Shane Brathwaite, the national champion and Barbados flag bearer at the opening ceremony, took bronze in the men's 110 meters hurdles in a final that also included two other Barbadians, a record. Ryan Brathwaite, the 2009 world champion, was fifth, one place ahead of Greg Marr-Smith. Shane Brathwaite's time for his bronze medal was 13.49 seconds. The winner was Jamaica's Andrew Riley in 13.32 seconds. Scores of UWI students turned up at the Ministry of Education to collect application forms for study grants on the day they became available. Minister of Education Ronald Jones announced 2 weeks ago that 3,000 bursaries would be made available. As you know, Barbadian students are required to pay tuition fees at UE from this coming semester. Some of the students who turned up at the ministry's Constitution Road offices said they were cautiously optimistic about the grants. Hoteliers have been falling well short in contributing to a fund they set up more than 10 years ago to support marketing and product development. A report from the Hotel and Tourism Association said only 12% of members had paid their dues to the Tourism Fund up to 2013, even with a tax incentive on contributions that had been negotiated with government. If all the members had done so, the fund would have brought in $105 million. Instead, it could muster just $6 million. That money has been used on such projects as the restoration of Whole Tongue Bridge and a competitive study on local tourism. Banks is doing well, thanks. The CEO of Banks Holdings, Richard Cozier, says Banks Breweries is performing well despite the economic conditions. Speaking during a tour of the brewery's Newton headquarters by two government ministers, Mr. Cozier said the company had done much better this year than in 2013, which he attributed to the high quality of its products. Barbados can look forward to a record number of cruise passenger arrivals during the 2015-16 cruise season. Martin Ince, the CEO of Foster & Ince Cruise Service, says arrivals could reach 800,000, with two of the world's largest ships scheduled to make calls here. The projected upsurge in cruise business will, however, start this September when the Disney Magic makes the first of 4 calls at the port during what is traditionally a slow period. Stall holders have begun setting up on the Spring Garden Highway for the final weekend of Cropover, the festive crash of Bridgetown Market at Grand Kadooment. First-time operator Connie Graham and the Barbados Water Authority Sports and Social Club were among those quick off the mark. And in keeping with the Cropover spirit, here's Carol Martindale with the week's commentary.
Years ago, entertainers in Barbados were generally seen in one light. They were not to be taken seriously. They were purely for comic relief, to provide a laugh. To this day, the view persists that entertainment is not serious work and is not deemed as a worthy pursuit. So after all that Nat King Cole, the Beatles, Michael Jackson, the Merry Men, Rihanna, Nicholas Branker, and Stetson Wiltshire have done and achieved, many people across Barbados still believe that only farming, being a lawyer, a policeman, or a doctor, working in manufacturing plants, or being a teacher constitutes being productive. But please remember that IT programmers, fashion designers, and graphic artists, set designers, and event planners all contribute to the productive process. They are all part of the new economy.
Companies are being encouraged to help staff to live healthier lives by providing gym and shower facilities for employees. The call has come from Chairman of the Wellness Committee of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, David Nealons. He made the comments during the prize-giving ceremony for the Walk the Talk 100 Days to Wellness program. Gail Allen emerged as the top female in the competition, racking up over 5 million steps and losing 15 pounds. Johnson John Rose was the top male, walking 4.7 million steps and losing 30 pounds. Congratulations to them both. In sport, a sizable audience that turned up in the early afternoon to welcome home the future of track and field had to make do without the star attraction, Akila Jones. Minister of Sport Stephen Lashley led the cheerleaders for the World Junior Championship squad when the team returned from Oregon around 2 p.m. Jones, who won the country's first ever gold at the Games, was slated to come in on a later flight. But that didn't stop those on hand from celebrating the accomplishments of her teammates. Levi Cadogan, a fourth-place finisher in the men's 100 meters, was especially happy to be back, saying he was particularly pleased with his performance, even though he just missed out on a medal. And finally, a man in China who went to hospital with stomach ache was told it was period pains, and he's a woman as well. The doctor was just as surprised as their 44-year-old patient to discover he had a full set of female reproductive organs as well as a penis, which had kept him and his wife happy for the past 10 years. Well, that's what the story says. Doctors said it was too late for Mr. Chen to seek medical treatment for his unusual problem, as it was only effective for younger people. And that's it for Tuesday. The news is available on our website, nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and of course in Wednesday's Midweek Nation. A reminder before we go that if you live outside of Barbados, you can watch the Pick of the Crop Calypso Finals live on nationnews.com this Friday. Do log on if you can.